Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Kartika Nair and you're watching Synchro Shakti. Today we have yet another special guest with us, someone who's been blessed financially again on our channel here to help you guys be blessed financially as well. So I want to welcome you all to this interview where we're going to be talking to Shweta, who is a student of Synchro Shakti Academy, student of the previous batch of 90-Day Abundance. So today we're going to discuss her financial journey so that can help you in your financial journey. So welcome, Shweta, to our interview.
Thank you so much, Kartika. I'm so excited to be here and sharing my story. So, I'm Shweta Krishna. I'm based out of Pune, and I have been a law of attraction practitioner since my childhood. But since the time I got connected with you, I got a whole lot of new insights in the law of attraction world, and it has completely changed my money reality. I'm excited to share my success.
Yeah, awesome. Excited to share your success. Okay. So the first question is what, so before you already said you've been doing law of attraction since your childhood, and then now somehow you've learned new insights. So what did you struggle with money or finances or career or clients before? What was like your financial story before you came across this money energy work?
Right, Kartika. So one thing I never understood is that money is energy. Okay, I knew since my childhood, I knew that I didn't know the word law of attraction. I always knew that my willpower is very strong, and whatever I want to achieve, I will achieve. And I was quite an independent child as well. So when my career started, I never faced any issues as such. So to be very frank, I never had any financial issues. There were no issues absolutely in my life, which I thought until I came in your course. Yeah. The reason why I got attracted to join into this course because I have seen many people, they have done multiple courses, but for me it was the first course where I have invested so much money apart from my school and college and academics and career front for my personal development. Yeah, so people invest in gym that way, physical fitness and all. So I this webinar I came across, I think you were hosting it on YouTube, and I got so attracted to it. I went into a trance state, and though I didn't have any motive, I didn't have any issues as such. But one thing I definitely knew is that there are certain things which I don't know, because of which my law of attraction, my manifestation does not happen sometimes, and many a times it is getting delayed. So I didn't know what is that part. So that is the reason I got inclined to join the course, and my finances were stagnant, to be very frank, Kartika. I knew I have much more capacity and capabilities and skill set to uh, increase my
Even better.
income,
Yeah.
my monthly income. Yeah, but it was stagnant at certain point, and especially during the COVID days, it got stagnant. There were cut in the salary. I know I got frustrated that I am putting my heart, and my baby was small, very young, that I was nursing my baby. I was literally slogging, and I was not getting recognized in my organization. I was wondering that why that people grow so well in their career, and come what may, in spite of the problems, they are able to achieve that certain amount of salary or money, and why am I not? So that is how I started exploring, and when I came across your webinar, I went into trance state, as if somebody else has enrolled me into this course, and then I got
It
so
sounds it
inspired.
sounds like I started doing some magic on people. I did not. This trance state is independent of what I did. So
I, that inspired me so much. I said, there is something, some magic in this girl, and I have to explore that. I want to learn that. So that's how I got inspired to join you, because I wanted to break my current financial stability, the stagnancy out there, and I wanted to take it to the next level. And I was always super ambitious, Karthik. I always had dreamt more than what my family was, or I come from a very humble background, and I had always been wanting to have more. So, and over a period of time, I suppressed it due to the circumstances, preferences, priorities, and but inside of me, that spark was always there. So I thought, let me go and explore, and that's how I joined into your course. But it was completely eye opener. When I joined the course, I realized I didn't know that money is energy. What I understood law of attraction was at a very surface level. Yeah, and it worked though, because I didn't know the or whatever the negatives, why it didn't work, or I didn't put too much of brain to it. And so if I see since my childhood, everyone, all my cousins and my friends used to say that Shweta, your willpower is so strong. Why don't you wish certain things for us? It will come true. And though
Mm.
I didn't keep a track, but it always worked. So there were no issues. Absolutely, my career was doing good. No, though not up to the mark. My finances, I am doing good. But as I said, I was ambitious. I knew that I have much
Can
more
do it.
capacity to earn money. Yeah,
Mm.
and relationship working what I, and I had health issues, nagging health issues, like I had um, acidity and certain everyday allergic issues, cold, cough, asthma. And to my surprise, that I got it as a bonus. I resolved those health issues in the course, because I joined for my manifestations and to change my financial reality, but I also dissolved my health issues.
That's
So,
so
which is due to which my
let me
life
pause you
becomes
there for a moment and just kind of put that in perspective for people. A lot of people just bifurcate their life into all these different areas. So there's money, there's health, there's relationship, and then they get overwhelmed and they're like, which one do I focus on? Everything is equally important. And then somebody comes for a money program where they're working on money energy and their health improves, their relationship improves, their self-love improves, because there aren't five different areas of your life. There is only one, and that is you. So your energy shift, even if you are just shifting by way of aligning to money, you are shifting at such deep levels that every other area of your life will get affected by that. Yes, continue.
right. That is right. So things were working on autopilot for me, but I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I could dissolve my health issues, and that was a complete bonus. I never knew that something of this can happen to me. And since my childhood, I have faced so much of these health issues, or rather, my husband always teases me that, since the time I got married, I have been running from pillar to post, from this doctor to that doctor. And my parents have spent lakhs of rupees because they didn't want that bronchitis and asthma to affect me after my marriage, but I could not resolve it. So coming back to my money reality, so this was the cherry on the cake. Yeah, I
Phenomenal.
could dissolve it. I don't. Yeah, so I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, because that's the biggest blessing. Money can come and go or whatever it is, but health issues, I have dissolved it. It means it is
Yeah,
completely
health is
gone.
true
So
wealth. Yeah,
sometimes, yeah. Because if health is not well, then how can you even focus on your money or
anything.
career, right?
Correct. Well done.
Yeah. So
Okay.
one thing I would like to mention is, so this course came up in the month of December, right? And I was always spiritually inclined, as I mentioned, since my childhood I was spiritually inclined. So I had taken up, or rather, I was put across through my parents. Through I had learned Reiki and then pranic healing, and I was a different child, if I recollect. I was different from my cousins and my friends. I would get more interested in understanding what is magic, and um, and they used to feel that I am superstitious. But I knew that things work for me, and I would just, I came across meditation at a very tender age, but I didn't have the maturity to understand. I had even done Vipassana multiple times. And then during the COVID time, just before the COVID, I had delivered my second son, and I got a lot of insights. I think my spirituality started growing since then. And I had written. I was not too much into scripting though, but I had written as my goal. It just came in that I want to start something of my own, and I had written certain amount out there which I would never write. I would just think inside of my mind, if I had to achieve certain goals. I would just, it was like a project plan that I have taken up this. I want my money goal to change, or my monthly income to change, and then you start searching for another job. And I have always been, my parents were working, so I always had that thought process that my money will come only through my salary. I have to work, I have to slog. I work at some organization, and that's how my money will come. So when I joined the course, or rather before I joined the course, I had written that I will start something of my own, and then slowly studying. I got enrolled into your course for, as I mentioned, I was not planning to. That was not in any of my agenda that I should take up some personality development course or law of attraction courses. So things has changed, and my life has completely changed after I took up your course. I know I got much clarity in my life, much more clarity in my not only in money area, in all areas. I have become a very calm person. I have, as I mentioned, clarity is there. So earlier there used to be a lot of noise inside my uh, head going on. So yes, money I used to operate out of scarcity, which I didn't know. I always thought that saving money into bank, putting money into bank accounts will make me rich, but
Mm.
that is not the story. So when I yeah, one major shift which happened also is I started understanding that investing in yourself will take you much more faster and higher than learning, trying to learn things free, by reading books or going through some random YouTube videos. That takes much longer time to you than taking up a course. So
Yeah.
I have definitely people acknowledge the difference inside of me, and yeah, definitely money reality has changed for me. So my belief, one of my belief was that I have to slog and I get my salary, and that is the only source of income. And I had ego issues also. I would not take money from anyone, my husband and my parents and anyone. If someone wanted to give me something, also I used to feel very, I don't want. I can buy for myself. I
Mm.
can provide for myself.
Mm.
These things changed. I started accepting people appreciating me or wanted to, if they wanted to give me something, I started accepting that with grace, though it did not happen overnight. It took a lot of practice. With your 90 days practice, and it changed. And what also I didn't know was about the worthiness.
Mm.
That that part was a major life changing point which came across in the course, which I learned in the course. And the way you put it across, Kartika, to change your beliefs, it's so simple, and those practices are simple, so simple, uh, that it is easily applicable. I mean, you can easily apply in your life. And it's like, I feel it is like my day-to-day diet. I have to wake up in the morning, I have to take that pill, and then my day is sorted.
Mm.
Yeah. Earlier, I was doing it in a very random way.
Okay, so I have to pause you here. So you said about worthiness and you weren't aware of that. And you also didn't realize all these other blocks about how, when you're receiving, how you're feeling uncomfortable, um, or that I have to slog in order to make money, or the only way to make money is from a job. All of these belief systems you had. So right now, people who are listening to this interview, you will be wondering in your own mind, okay, yeah, I also have this belief, or I also am, maybe I do feel worthy, but I'm not really sure if I truly have any unworthiness still left over in me. So for those of you who are watching and you want to discover what is going on in your own mind, consciously and unconsciously, related to your money energy, I invite you to come for Master Your Money Energy Code. It's a free class, 3 hours, in which you're going to go through a 23 level quiz that will make you very, very aware of what is causing you to block your money, or the money is like scarce, or it's just leaving your bank account. Why is that happening? That you're going to discover in that quiz, and you'll also learn how to change it. So in case at this point you're thinking, okay, I can't come for a course of Kartika, I can't afford this, come for free. It's here. You can register in the description. It's happening on Sunday, which is tomorrow. And if you're watching this video after, it's happening again on 30th of July. That's the last one ever. Come, it's for free study. You will gain your answers to practice at home. Yes, now you can continue. So worthiness is where you left off.
So, worthiness, yes. So I didn't know that there was a cap which I had put for myself to, and I had stopped making money from that particular point. And then I started practicing. And as I mentioned, I had written it as one of my goals that I want to start something of my own, which I was doing, and not as a profession or not, I was just doing it like an agony aunt. People would reach out to me, and I would tell them, no, you practice this, you do this, through law of attraction. And I had read this book, The Secret, but as I mentioned, it was at a very surface level. And then I said, I got really inspired to take it as a course. And you had suggested in your audibles that,
Hmm.
you just decide your worth, whatever you quote, people will buy. And I just started a WhatsApp group within my community, within my own circle, and people joined in. And I was so surprised, or rather, I was so taken aback, Kartika. I never knew that people face so many set of problems. I mean, they have real life problems. And
Yeah.
I felt really emotional. said, I'm so blessed. I never valued my life so much. When I
Yeah.
came across problems from people, I started really valuing my life. Though I used to practice gratitude, but it was at a very surface level. I would not feel. But when I started comparing my life and people started approaching me, I realized that my life is super amazing. I'm really blessed. I'm still blessed. I always was. It's just that I just need to take a step ahead and I am moving ahead. So I broke my belief that my salary comes, my money comes only through my salary. People wanted to give me, so I started just helping people, and I announced my first batch of. So I would like to give you a brief. So I started teaching law of attraction in a proper systematic manner. So I'm still doing my job,
Hmm.
uh, and I'm also teaching people. So
Hmm.
when I started, and my relationships were amazing, Karthik. I never had any issues. There were certain issues, but it would run on autopilot. So I helped people on relationship issues. Finances, what I understood is when I taught people, consistency was not there from their side. Though I took it as because this was a 90 days course, it actually rewired my subconscious. It actually helped me build that. Otherwise, if I would have just attended one webinar and would have learned, maybe I wouldn't have practiced them because there
Hmm.
is a lot of knowledge available. So I think this is one of the points which I would like to emphasize on to everyone that this is what makes Kartika different from others because she handholds you, and answers all your questions during this 90 days course. Not even one question has gone unanswered. She's on the toes all the time, available on the telegram. And if she's not available as well, she will proactively mention and her team takes care. So people might be asking same set of questions, but you have
Mm.
patiently answered
It
them.
answers since 2000, since we started Telegram of different Telegram. That's the one thing people ask me is like every day the same set of questions, different people, but same set of questions. So the same people again and again the same questions because we get lost in the illusion of the mind, and the mind will keep convincing you of it's a neurotic thing. It'll keep convincing you of everything wrong in your life, and then the same questions will come again and again, and you have to keep smashing through the illusion. But that's the job. All coaches and trainers should know this. If any coach and trainer out there is getting very irritated that their audience is coming back with that same question again and again, that's your
Yeah.
job. You have to keep breaking through the illusion for them so they realize that there was never a problem and that the gate to what they want is always open. Yes, she's Shweta is talking about a course called the 90-day Abundance Accelerator. But I'm not telling you guys to buy that. The what I would like you to do is come for a free class called Master Your Money Energy Code. You can study it in the description. You can register. But yes, so 90 days. What you're talking about is because I held you accountable for 90 days of aligning your energy to money, breaking through whatever crap comes up in through the journey, showing up, learning through every webinar that you were doing. By the way, 90-day abundance is for business owners and people who are doing sales and all that, but we do have for employed people and salaried people and house people who are managing just at home. We have everything. We have even for students. So in case you're looking at that course, you can email us and we can give you some more information about that. So yeah, you're talking about how 90 days kept you accountable to show up and then break through. And then
Alright. So when I started teaching people, I started teaching on all areas. It's career, health, relationship, and money. And I was not confident, how much should I charge as a fees? So there were small set of people though, like 9, 10. And my husband, I said, see, this is what Kartika said. And I asked my husband and a few of my friends, what do you think? How much should I charge? I said, yeah, maybe 1,000 rupees. I said, no, this is not. I'm going to put my heart and energy. I'm really going to share whatever I have learned from my experiences, from what Kartika has taught, or whatever I know so far. And then I decided to charge 10,000 rupees, Kartika. And
mm,
people just bought it. And you won't believe this. And this course I mentioned because I wanted to do my own practice at 5 a.m. I told them that, see, if you want to join, I'll do it only at 4 a.m.
mm.
And people would wake up at that time and they wanted to know, actually wanted to learn. And in a span of 2 3 months when I started this, I have earned more than a lakh rupees.
Yeah. And that's just from your side hustle, even though you have a
Yeah,
full-time job. A
yeah.
lakh extra. And let me just kind of point out here, I work with a lot of people, tens of thousands of people, if not hundreds of thousands of people. So I've been here since 2011, so a long, long time. And one thing I can tell you for a fact is that most coaches and trainers, it's a dream for them to be able to earn 1 lakh in 2 to 3 months. It's a dream. It's not happening for everybody because not everybody is aligning to the right energies around their clients, right energy around their own worth and their value and their light, or even surrendering, or even understanding the deeper connection between you and success and winner amongst winners, or whatever other things that we've learned in the course. So if for those of you who want to learn these things, come. I'm teaching it for free. Register in the description for this class, Master Your Money Energy Code. Just learn it, study it, practice it. And 1 lakh is not a joke. I mean, there are people who work for a whole year to gain that much money from their full-time job, and you did it on a side income, which is a massive blessing. So, and the fact that people enrolled without you having to convince them, without you having to, them asking you for a discount, them asking you for free, they just matched your energy because you stood in a very powerful energy in front of them. It's all energy, it's all money energy. So yes. So what are so 1 lakh you earned in few months doing your coaching. What advice for the person who's listening to this, who's struggling, let's say, with their finances, what do you think would be one piece of advice you can give them for them to start practicing in their own life?
Yeah. So what I understood, Katika, or what made me comfortable uh, charging 10,000 rupees also per course, or I could earn that easily because I was consistent with myself. Yeah, though after certain times, certain things come up. I realize it's not a one-time job that you work and it's
Every
done.
stage
It's a
it will come up. Yeah. Mm.
yeah. So the piece of advice what I like to give is when once you understand that money is energy, once you start working on yourself, just be consistent. You will not know how many changes you are doing within yourself, around you, within your family, in your career, in your money. You will not even know. You just keep on working on yourself and things will automatically change. So I also didn't know this part that everything is about me. I was always focusing on others. My boss is not giving me salary hike, and my husband is not doing certain things, or my friends are not doing. It was all about others. When I did this course, I realized it is all about me. So one thing is, I mean, this particular thing which you are asking me is about consistently, and just be about yourself. Just focus on yourself. Everything will change. And
So
once you
when you
start
say
working on
focus on yourself, what exactly do you mean and how do they do that?
Yeah, so focus on yourself because earlier, I'll give my example. I would focus if something did not go right. As I mentioned, I was working in an organization, I was putting my heart, blood, and sweat around it, and I was not getting recognized. I would earlier blame it to my organization, my manager. Why is he not appreciating? He knows that I'm literally slogging my baby so small, and during this COVID days, there is no help. I'm cooking and I'm sleeping only for a couple of hours, and there's no recognition. So it was all about, I used to put the blame and I started hating. And that is the time I decided, no, I want to leave this organization. They don't value me. So I said, okay, chuck them off. I don't care what they think. I will just, people are just waiting to hire me. I will check for another job. So I started focusing on myself. I said, okay, and earlier I would crib, every day I would just close my laptop at the certain time. I said, not going to work even 1 minute extra. Done. That's it.
Spiteful
And
energy of my boss is bad and they don't value me and I need to make them suffer. That's energy. It's all energy. What you put out, you get back. Yeah.
yeah, though I was never revengeful, but I just put a full stop. And if something does not work for me, I just put a full stop and I find my way.
Mm.
So yeah, then I started looking out for another job, and so that's what about. I started focusing on myself. I said, might as well, I improve my skills, and I have given uh, my 100% to this organization. So if I can do it here, I can do it anywhere. And I was with that organization for a decade. So I was little, yeah, I was little not sure also. If I move out from here, how will I be able to manage, and will I be able to? But To be very frank, Kartika, when I started focusing on myself, I was just confident. Though I was that time, I had not taken up your course,
Hmm.
and I just started, saying positive statements, and I changed my mindset. It's okay. I'm worthy. I can. If I after 10 years, I want to leave a job. If I have given so much of my energy, time, and uh, my skills out there for this organization, other organizations are just waiting for me.
Hmm.
And I didn't put much of effort. Things just worked its way.
Hmm.
The organization where I'm working now, they just, continuously after months on months, they wanted to hire me, though they didn't have a requirement. It happened so they didn't have a place for me. They created one. So that gave me
Hmm.
more confidence. And I said, okay, when I actually resigned from my organization wanted to retain me, but I didn't look back. I said, I didn't have any grudges against them. I said, okay, at that level, things work that, they have their own limitations. My manager would have his own limitations. It's not all in his hand. So that I have always, I didn't have that attitude that I would hold grudges. That point in time, I didn't feel that good, but that's how I worked on myself, and that's how I changed my reality.
Okay, so you're saying that you went into more of understanding your own worth and confidence and realizing how people, how valuable you are and how you've been so dedicated 10 years to a company, so other companies would need that kind of skill, or need that kind of value in an employee. And so somebody actually created a position for you which wasn't even there before, and then you got in. But did you continue to have that pattern of blaming the world and hating other people and they are not recognizing me, or did you work through that and let go and see the world as a mirror and heal internally?
Yeah, so at the surface level, I didn't know that I was carrying so much from my past. At a surface level, I thought that okay, I'm letting go. I am not much bothered. But inside of me, yes, there was a lot inside of me which I when I learned in the course, when I joined your course, I realized that okay, there are I can't even count. There's so many things which I am carrying inside of me, which I need to heal.
It's like they say, when you've carried so much of bother, like how much you've been bothered by people, and you've carried so much of it in your body, obviously you will be continuously bothered by other things and other people and the same people, because the bother is already inside of you. So that is what is the transformation of releasing. That part is so important. Otherwise, you're just going to manifest the same thing with some other boss or some other client or something or the other. That is where the real cleansing work, the most important work in all of this, I think, and for me, is that releasing of that hate energy. The hate energy, it feels really good to the ego for a few seconds, but it will bite you so badly in your life if you hold on to blame and hate towards other people.
And what I feel, Kartika, people are addicted to that hate energy. They want someone to be
They
holding
want
on
an
to
enemy outside. Yeah.
inside. Maybe they get a kick out of it, or I don't know, whatever you get. I never hated so much in my life. I
Hmm.
would just, as I mentioned, I would just put a full stop and I would take my way. So I cannot relate, but when I see many people, they would try to take revenge with their help also, and mother-in-law and father-in-law, and all the time they are engaged in so much of this.
And
So what?
mine's furious.
Yeah, yeah. So my things worked on autopilot because maybe I was not too much into this. I was not a negative person. I would never cause any harm to anyone. People always wanted to talk to me, and I had limitations about my personality also. I thought that I'm different. Not everyone likes me, and I would take efforts to go and make please people. But when I took up your course, I got a lot of insights. Though my spiritual journey had begun then, earlier, and I got a lot of insights. But I got it in a very systematic manner when I joined in your course. I joined in for one particular area, and there are more than hundreds of things which I learned in the course, and life has just been beautiful. It was beautiful, and it has just bloomed so beautifully after that. So finances have definitely changed. Apart from this 1 lakh rupees which I mentioned, people, if I just want to take a break because I also have my two sons, my husband, and family time and job. So even if I take a break, people just keep on asking me, Shweta, why why are you not taking this batch? When are you going to start? We are okay to do it at 3 a.m. also. You just started, and I go to the extent I used to give a wake up call to people. And if someone just wants to have, if they're facing some issues, I don't go and propagate, I teach this and that. People just get attracted to me. They would talk to me, some random people also on the road, I don't know, some energy inside of me which has changed. I have become
Became a
very empathetic
magnet.
towards people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people love me for no reason. And now, yeah, there are bigger goals though. But now for smaller things, if I just say, I feel like eating this, like this in few seconds, somebody, my neighbor or somebody just there, bringing this dish up for me. Or if I talk about someone, another person just randomly calls up. So maybe earlier things were working, but I was not aware. Awareness, yes, I forgot to talk about that. I became so aware about my thoughts, about my surroundings. Earlier, I was completely lost. I didn't know. My
Mm.
mind would go this direction, sometimes this direction, here. I didn't know. It was all khichdi. But yeah, uh, awareness. I started investing better, Kartika, after I took up your course. I went with my inclination, whatever I got inclined to. I didn't study a lot. I have always been that kind of person. With you also, was not a YouTube follower. Was not subscribed to your channel, but I just got inclined and I went to. So I remember in my childhood, one of the astrologers, childhood or college days, my parents used to take me to astrologers. I don't know why they were concerned about certain things, maybe. And he told me, when looking at my hand and my kundali, he said that your sixth sense is very strong. You can make very good use of it. And he said, if Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh is sitting, certain things, I don't know what exactly it means. He said they're sitting on your hand, and you just need to tap that. You'll get the answers. So
Mm.
now I understand maybe what he was telling, and maybe it's the Brahma, Vishnu, and all the things are inside of every person.
Mm. Mm. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
maybe.
again, there's so many things that I have zero idea about astrology, numerology. Yesterday, I don't have Instagram, but I install it when I have to do Instagram live and all of that. And was scrolling on Instagram, and there were switch words and codes, and you take a piece of paper and you draw something on it, and then you wrap it up in cinnamon and you put it in your purse. And there are so many things that I don't know about that is there, and for each person they will resonate with a particular type of teaching, whatever that helps them grow financially. But for each there is something. I personally believe that every human has something of pure gold and pure diamond to offer into the world. And that is a huge part of your money energy, is when you also start going in that self discovery process of finding your light, that light that is attracting these people to you. That is a big awakening that happens. But it starts with what you said, awareness, noticing the neuroses of the mind and being able to shut down. A big part of what we do in our courses is mindfulness. In that 90 days, every morning when you would wake up, you'd be doing mindfulness. We didn't start off with affirmations or visualization. We started with still this mind, relax the body. We went into stillness, and stillness, because that is the door, the gateway to receive is through stillness. And a lot of people just want to put it to the side, like, I don't do that, and that's okay. But the audience that really resonates with this whole life, grace, blessings, miracles, magic, that ease, I again recommend you come for our Master Your Money Energy class, because that's going to give you all the whole CODE of what you need to do for financial blessings to come into your life. I can't teach everything in a short video on YouTube, and YouTube is totally my bait. But I can teach a lot when you come for a long form class like that. So come. And is there any final things you want to share with our audience before we end?
So I would like to tell the audience that never think that you can figure out everything by yourself, because maybe I don't know how is it dealt in other countries, but in India I feel that everyone wants to be a superhero or superwoman and trying to figure out everything, cooking and cleaning and job and taking care of the family and trying to be a perfectionist. And what we forget is taking care of ourselves and trying to do that also by ourselves. And we're trying to look out for some free stuff and as understanding that I know everything. So last piece of advice which I'd like to suggest is invest in mentors. If you have mentors, they will give you guidance because they've gone through a process. It's not that randomly someone is coming and teaching you something. Obviously, whoever you resonate with, that person has gone through his share of experiences in life, and he has taken up certain things, and only then he's coming and offering you certain things. So start investing in yourself in this way. It will take you a long way. You know, whatever, while going through a YouTube video, you might get some satisfaction. You might practice it for a few hours or few days, and then nothing will happen ahead.
Then it's
That's
done.
what common man does. Yeah, it's done. And then you feel that I know everything, but nothing is working out for you. Or maybe
Yeah.
few things are working out for you. And that's how I have dealt my life was earlier. You know, certain things would work, certain things would not work. Certain days were like, oh, no, I used to be so frustrated. Now I accept that frustration also with grace. No, I understand what exactly it means because you have taught it that way. So
Yeah.
finance reality has completely changed. My perception towards life has changed. I have started accepting people more gracefully. I have accepted myself to a very large extent, though it's a long way to
Awesome.
go,
Yeah.
Kath. Yes. But definitely you should invest in courses and mentors for your own development.
Yeah.
You can do career related courses any point in time. You can just go through the videos again and again. But what Kartika has given us for this 90 days, it's like a Bible. You know, if I learned scripting, it's like my daily dose. I have to do scripting. If I write it down, it gets embedded in my subconscious and what I feel. Then just saying affirmations random, one day saying affirmations and feeling good about it. I invest now, Kartika. I do invest, and people around me, they are very amazed. Said, "Kitna paisa barbad kar rahe hain?"
Mhm.
Might as well buy and these things and all. But I know that if I invest in myself, things will follow. Money will follow. Money has already followed. Money has always been following me. Then why not?
Yeah.
Yes. So definitely invest in yourself and in mentors and take up courses. It will take you a long way.
Fantastic. Awesome. So this was Shweta's story, sharing, guidance, whatever was coming up for her to share with you guys. If you found it valuable and you took some points back, please thank her in the comment section and let us know what you thought about the interview. And to kind of summarize what she shared, she talked, of course, about going within instead of blaming everybody else, finding your worthiness, finding your confidence, learning to embrace frustration and learning to embrace pain and surrender and heal it, as opposed to holding on to it. And you would be surprised how much pain we hold on to that doesn't serve us. We can transmute it, we can release it. Even if you live in the same environment with the same people who trigger you, you can be far beyond the trigger. It's so many things can happen to cleanse your vibration. She's also talked about feelings, the scripts that you're writing, consistency, continuing to become this new person. You magnetize yourself, you become, there's so much of self-love and awareness of the neurotic mind, and dropping that and learning to go deeper and transform as a human being. And then when she put out her program, people wanted to jump in even at whatever she priced. And people are, even if she wants to take a break, people are asking her, hey, what about the next batch? And I want to join this batch. You just take it at your convenience, we'll join. That comes with grace, it's miracles, it's ease. And that is what she was talking about. And despite having a full-time job, she earned a lakh extra from a part-time in within few months, which I think is really a blessing. And she told you, focus within, focus inwards, than blaming everybody else for your circumstances. So these are the lessons that we've taken from Shweta. Thank you, Shweta, for joining us in this interview.
Thank you so much, Kartika, for having me here. I am extremely happy to share whatever I have learned, whatever my experience has been with you. And I know one last thing which I would like to mention is that the accountability partners which you gave, I still have them. I mean, I've made friends for life. We still
Lifetime
are.
friends. I always, when I'm doing a webinar and I'm talking about abundance accelerator, whatever, and I come to that point where we talk about a like Telegram group or Facebook group. I have like this moment in my body where I'm like, you guys have no idea what a powerful thing it is to have accountability partners and groups and this mastermind community. And I'm in my head, I'm like, how do I tell them how powerful it is? I cannot put it in words. You will have friendships for life if you're with the right people. And if you do not like your group, you can always change your group. But there is such power in being a part of a accountability group. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how do I make people understand, but yeah, I mean, that makes a huge difference in your life, because when you talk to your friend circle, it might be just normal movie talks or some small talks or gossip. But when you talk to this accountability partners, there's so much to talk. They're so much able to understand you and relate with you, which your family members also would not understand. And I remember, Kartika, you mentioning about, before your marriage, used to come across some guys, and I know they were not able to connect with you when you wanted to talk, have those spiritual talks.
Mm.
And you have created a community where there are hundreds of people. We just randomly we have groups, and if I get inspired to talk with someone, I just call them and I get my answers. And I said, I'm stuck here today, I'm feeling low, and they just remind me, go back, do your mindfulness, do your pain body meditation.
Mm.
And we all know, but certain times we need that accountability, and that's how I think that's how it has helped me to large extent. And one huge thing which made changes into my life is book reading. I had books which were just lying around, and I learned that you suggested in the 90 days practice to read books, and we started it as a group. So that made a huge difference altogether.
Consistency. I think one of the strongest ways to build consistency is to have that group around you that is holding your hand. And when one falls, the other one pulls up. When that one falls, you pull them up. So there's such a then doing it all by yourself. I think that is the value of doing group work, coaching as a group. So phenomenal advice. Money is an energy. Stay consistent, work on yourself, see your value, connect with money, do your scripting, and invest in mentorship or come for free courses. But even though I say it's free, the 3 hours is phenomenal. 3 hours, come study it. The whole code is given to you. Just take. These guys studied it over 90 days. I'm giving to you for free. Just take it, right? And study it and practice it, and that's it. So register for it in the description, and that's it. With that, I think it's a good ending point for our interview today. Shweta, what do you think?
Yeah, super, Kartika.
Okay. Thank
I'm so blessed to have you in my life. I always thank you. I send a lot of love to you out there in Croatia.
Thank you.
Yeah, and congratulations on your new car as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Super. So I appreciate you coming and sharing all your tips, and so happy for your success. And 1 lakh today, 1 crore tomorrow. Just blessing you with as much as the universe has in store for you. May it come to you easy every day, all day, morning, afternoon, evening. So thank you again, Shweta.
Thank you, Kartika.
Superb.
Thank
I will see you guys. I will see you all in another video, and of course on Sunday's class. And again, thank you, Shweta. We'll see you all soon. Bye, guys.
you. Bye.